Hello, welcome to In the Studio with Lodi, which is a sub podcast to the Lodi podcast. My interview podcast where I come and interview people of different jobs, entrepreneurs, DJs, musicians, and I have a very special guest with me to start things off on this series. So go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hey everyone, my name is Samuel. Thank you for having me on your podcast. I appreciate it.
Oh yeah, appreciate that.
My name is Samuel Etheridge. I'm a DJ on the side. I'm a car salesman during the day. So.
Alrighty, so that's what I really want to talk to you about today.
Definitely.
Is first of all, how did you become a DJ? Honestly?
So growing up, every time I go to clubs or bars and listen to live music, I was never the kind of guy to go dance. I was always sitting there listening and just watching people dance. And I was like, you know what? I want to be that guy one day. I want to be the one that gets the people going, gets everyone having a good time and stuff. And so one day I woke up and told my wife, I was like, hey, I'm going to buy me a DJ mixer. She's like, okay, sure. I was
hey, that's good support. It could have been a totally different conversation.
Definitely. And I was like, I don't know if she knows if I'm serious about this. So it was on back order, the one I ordered, because I was like, I was too new to the game. I didn't know which one. I was like, okay, let me get me a cheap one first. So I ordered me a mixer. Once I got the mixer, I was like, okay, I need to find a software. Like, how do I start mixing music? And then that's when I got introduced to Serato and started doing the Serato. And then from there, I did my first gig. It was, definitely... It was maybe 10 people there. It was in the house. I had one speaker. I bought me a little cheap speaker and stuff. And then from there, it's just been going on. So
that's good. I always call it humble beginnings.
Definitely.
At least my way. Because I remember my very first DJ gig. I didn't even have a mixer. I just had a speaker and my computer. That was really it. And I actually seen people still do that. They just use a computer. Because Serato does have the little go back and forth. And they just move on their little thing back and forth from the computer. And I've seen it done before, and I'm like, maybe I should have done that. So as a DJ now, and then now you're a car salesman as well, how do you balance that lifestyle?
Definitely. So the nice thing is I have to work every other Saturday, and so most of the events are on Saturdays. And the job I had previously, I worked one Saturday a month, so 3 of those Saturdays I was available. Thankfully, my job is very flexible. The people I work with are very flexible, so if I have to work 3 weeks in a row to make sure I have 2 weeks in a row off, they're flexible with doing that. So, every Saturday I work, there's 4 or 5 salesmen there, and so I'll ask one of the salesmen I have to work the week, or let's say I have to DJ on the day that I work, I'll say, hey, mind if you and I switch, and they don't mind at all. And I've been very blessed to be able to be in that position too, and the managers understand too when they hire me, we know you're a DJ, you got responsibilities doing that too. And so that's been a huge blessing. Now I also have days off in the middle of the week. If I work a Saturday, I have a day off in the middle of the week. So when the lodge was open, I was DJing at the lodge on Thursdays. And so I'd just take the next day off if I had to work that Saturday, so I wouldn't be too exhausted to go to work.
Okay, that's real good, because that's what I struggle with in the past. Is it's your day job. They don't really care for your entrepreneurship or whatever you're doing on the side, and it's great because I remember when I first started a long time ago when I was at least DJing, even saxophone, really, it was just I always had trouble. My past jobs were that, in security, I was a jailer for a little while, worked in retail. Those kind of jobs are we need you on Saturday, especially on Black Friday. I'm I got this gig, I gotta travel for. So now I'm in a kind of place where I can do that. For now, and I also, myself, I also Uber on the side too, so it always helps, doing that as well. But so do you remember the very first wedding you've done?
Yes. So
you can get hectic.
So I'm gonna kind of cut it with 2 weddings, because the first one was a freebie. It was for my sister-in-law. It was my first time getting in the door, and my setup was terrible. So I had got the EV speakers. It was like a 12A or something. and then I got a second one. I set it up, wires everywhere. Couldn't like it would look terrible, but everything went well though with it. But my first like official like paid gig where I had like a complete nice setup. I told the couple, I said, yeah, I've been DJing for like 3 years. You know, I've been doing this for a hot minute. They're like, oh, that's awesome. Like, we want someone that's experienced. I was like, yeah, that's me. You know? And so I was like, oh my goodness, I was stressing. But everything, I mean, that turned out amazing and everything worked out great. And the only thing that would always cross my mind is I hope the software doesn't freeze. Because I've had one time where it was in the middle of just getting everything loaded in, the software froze and crashed. I was like, what's going on? And it took like 10 minutes to get up, but luckily it didn't crash throughout the rest of the night.
Yeah, I got a trick with that. I don't judge me. Now, don't judge me because if you're a DJ and you're judging right now, I'm pretty sure Serato done crashed on y'all before too. So what I do, just in case, I always have my tablet aside to where I can play something.
Yeah.
Where I'm trying to fix it. Either I don't care Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, whatever. I have something ready to go.
Gotcha.
So, just in case that happens, I can play some music while I try to fix my mixer on my laptop. So
definitely.
I don't know if you do that, or some people are like, I don't want to, like that's not DJing. Well, it save your gig. I mean,
exactly.
In the moment, like you have to do something.
Yeah, because you don't want to be frozen.
Yeah, because if you don't have that, then you're just sitting there. You're like, technology. Like I was fumbling with my camera earlier. It's like technology does fail you sometimes, which you cannot help that. That has nothing to do with skill or anything. That's just something that we cannot control. So that's since then I always have that.
Yeah, I have a connection too from iPhone. It connects directly to the mixer, and there was one time where I misread the song. I thought she wanted the actual song, but it was the instrumental. And like 10 minutes before the bride was supposed to come out, I just happened to reread it. I was like, oh my goodness, what am I going to do? I had no internet reception. Luckily, my phone, I got the YouTube Premium, so there's no commercials.
Yep.
Luckily, the YouTube was working, and so I was able to connect it from there. I was like, oh my goodness, like it could have been a complete mess.
I've been there, done that. I've done used the hotspot where I went to places that didn't have Wi-Fi or whatever, because I use Tidal too. As long as I have of course, I have a hard drive. Yeah. On my computer, but I also do the Tidal DJ subscription to where you can stream stuff.
Yeah, that's what I was doing at first with Beat Source. I was using Beat Source. I still have it. I don't use it as much because I realized something with Beat Source. If I'm using it in Serato, it sometimes will freeze or it'll show like it's laggy, and it's like, okay, everything sounds good, but on the computer it's like, okay, I'm stressing because I'm like it's gonna. But I use a lot of BPM Supreme to like download music, or if I have to, I know a lot of people do the YouTube MP3. I'm just because some of these sites don't even have certain music, and like a lot of these, like the instrumentals, like you can't find it on BPM Supreme, so you're gonna have to get off YouTube or something.
Yeah, and there's a way you can make those songs and instrumentals too.
Yes,
and you have the new Serato update.
Yeah,
with the stems.
Yeah, with the stems.
Okay, because that works too. Because I have the way my mixer set up, I can just hit one button and it'll take out either the drums.
Yeah, same.
The whatever. So that's been a lifesaver, especially being a saxophonist. I can be DJing and just hit one button, take the vocals out, and start playing saxophone. Yeah, and hit the button again, and then there's DJ. Go back. It's been like the past 2 years. Well, I think they came out with this. It's been out for a couple of years.
It has. I think it was because I remember. I think it was end of 22 or end of 23 because I was like super stoked. I was like, whoa. This is, I'm telling my wife, I was like, hey, that DJ site I used? Yeah. I was like, guess what? So I'm telling her, she's like, all right, that's cool. I was like, I know.
I was like, cool, this is amazing.
I was like, this is awesome. And then, but I downloaded Virtual DJ. I did the freebie, but their stems, I don't know if you ever used it.
Yeah, I have some friends that use their stems before.
Their stems is, whoa. Like, it's like super fast and it's quick, it's super clean. Even if you do like just the vocal, like I'm not sure if it's something on my end, but on my Serato, if I just do the vocal, kind of hear a little bit of like a hiccup. But on the on the virtual DJ, it's super clean.
Okay, yeah, I have a saxophone player friend that uses that. I think it was free, but I think he went away from it because they started charging people now.
Yeah, because it was free for me for a month, But it's like you could pay a monthly subscription, but it's like if you buy it, it's cheaper. It's like $200. It's like if you spend $20 a month on it, 10 months, boom, you already paid if you just bought it.
If you just bought it.
Yeah, that's what me and Saran, I've been paying the monthly subscription. It's like I already done paid for the whole thing already, so
Might as well.
right.
But yeah, the same thing with Tidal. It does
Yeah.
that. I haven't had any issues with it yet,
Mm-hmm.
and it sounds pretty clean. But you
Yeah,
know,
a lot of people talk very good stuff
Yeah.
about Tidal.
yeah, and I love that setup. But my last question for you, it's not really myself. I don't really care for it because I'm on these little DJ groups on Facebook or whatever, and people like they'll like post their setup or whatever, and like they'll be asking questions about certain skills, and then people like would drag people through the mud for certain things. So as far as your DJ ways, like what are some things that you do as far as becoming a better DJ or like mixing wise? Like, you know, do you, because some people really don't even care about the art of it. They just, you know, there to play the music or whatever. I mean, and you can get away with it because at some weddings you can really just play the songs. You know? But you know, some places, like, you know, I DJ on Fridays at Louisiana Cajun Daiquiris, and sometimes I'd be actually, you know, trying to say, okay, what's something new I can learn as far as mixing? Like, okay, I can take these lyrics on this song and put them over another beat or whatever, or mess with the reverb, mess with something like that. So what's something, basically, make it an easier question, what's something you've been doing to become a better DJ as far as mixing?
Yeah, so like for mixing wise, like whenever I get a playlist from people, like I DJ'd a wedding last Thursday, and it was nothing but rock, hip hop, but it was mostly rock music. I've never done like a lot of rock music before, but while I'm mixing, every event that I do, if they give me a playlist, I get all the songs. I try to get some of their songs in that playlist and mix other songs that sound good blending in, and I'll sit there and I'll, you know, spend a week. And this is me personally, like if it's a week before the event, I want all the music, so I spend at least 4 to 5 days mixing anywhere from 30 to 40 songs that when they're mixing in, they sound amazing. And sometimes people like, they'll like turn around and be like, hey, that was pretty good. Some people, if they're drinking, they don't care, you know. Exactly. But in my head, it's like, at least it sounded good. And I'll tell my wife, hey, record this because it sounds good. Even though some people may not, you know, be paying attention, it's good advertisement too. But sometimes I go on TikTok. I'll go live on TikTok. I'll DJ through there. And, you know, one thing that's helped me is the BPM, like the beats per minute. That thing, like, just from rock music to hip hop, if it starts going well, it's like, okay, and then the stems too helps out tremendously. Sometimes I'll use the stems and stuff, and then the mixer I have has it blends in like 4 to 5 filters at once if you want to, and if you hit that button, you just turn a couple knobs, and it's like blends it all in, so the next song you get into, it like falls into place. But I just love, like when I do mix songs, I get hyped up. I'm like, oh man, like no one saw about this before. And I'm like, yo. And what I'll do is my wife, there's this one mix I do it at every wedding, that if they, you know, if they want the songs, she's like, oh, I knew you were going to do that. That's the mix you use at every thing. I was like, yeah, but it sounds great.
It's your signature thing. Like,
exactly.
people know it's you, but that's a good thing though.
Yeah.
They know it's you.
Definitely.
But that's all I really had for you.
Awesome.
Today, just tell everybody where they can find you on social media. Or...
Yes, so my name is DJ SLD2. It's short for something, but the only way to find out is when you actually book me to tell you what that really means. So, but I'm on Facebook as DJ SLD2. I'm on TikTok. I'm on Instagram. But if you want to get a hold of me, just Facebook is the best way, and then it's got all my contact information in there too. And I'm out of Longview, Texas, but I travel all of East Texas.
All right. Well, that is it. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you very much. I really do appreciate everything.
So much. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and call it a day. Thank you all for tuning in.
Y'all have a blessed one.
Stay sexy. Thank you.